crack on. So at the moment we're fixing a Content Studio feature, and I've been having some issues, so I'm defaulting to using Opus at the moment. Please fix the Content Studio and all of the TypeScript errors. So we're getting Cursor to work on that, and in the meantime what we want to do is there's a couple of things that I want to build. One request is coming from a friend of mine. So we're going to build a open source repo, and we'll call it Open Person. A TypeScript library for generating structured outputs and distributions from persona groups. The aim of this library is to only use one OpenAI call for generating personas and one OpenAI call for structured outputs. This library will use LangChain with structured output, and we'll add a JavaScript, TypeScript perhaps. Let's have a look here. Wow, I even have LangChain here. Huh. So we're going to get Claude Code to work on this, which will be fun. So we're going to get Claude Code to build out this open source library. So what we're doing here, so we are going to want to open source library. So we're going to need to add a couple of things here once we clone this down. So let's pull a couple of things across. Octospark services. We want to use this one here, Open Person. And all we're going to pull across is things like the, we're going to pull across, we've got to be quite specific here. I don't want to just pull across anything. Prettier ignore would be useful, prettier file. Beat test. These aren't pulling them across on them. If I just hide this, but for now let's hide this. Yeah, there we go. Prettier ignore. Turbo repo, TypeScript config. Package JSON, got one of those. Want a Claude folder. Want a VS Code folder. Git ignore. I think that's probably it. We'll just say here for now, I want you to strip this down into a mono repo with one package that will be a public package for generating personas from distributions, and also creating a persona group class where we can add personas. It will be a public TypeScript SDK where you can create persona group, and also what else are we fixing here? So we're also saying that we want to use LangChain and also OpenAI API key, and we want to use statistical distributions to generate the personas into persona group. If there is a persona group, you should be able to provide a structured output which will be a tool call for the persona group. We want this to then generate this one. We're going to now switch back to Sonnet. Can you fix all of the tests, please? So we want it to generate the structured output, which could be a distribution. We want the API to be clean, modular, and really simple. And I'm just going to put all this stuff in a README because we're actually going to use Claude code for it. But let's keep going anyway. So what else do we want to do here? So we will use TDD and we'll copy across this Claude file. We'll use TDD and we will use bytest for testing, etc. Yeah, that looks pretty decent. No LangGraph. And then we're going to give this to Claude code and just let it rip. Because why not? You know, we can just build something open source on the side for some fun, which is quite fun. So let's have a look here. Yeah, so let's get this cracking, guys. Let's get this cracking. Dangerously. I need to dangerously set permissions on Claude code. So you can use Claude, dangerously set permissions, dangerously skip permissions. You can also do allowed tools with a wildcard style, and this is basically cursor YOLO mode, right? So just to go back there, you've got dash dash dangerously dash skip dash permissions and dash dash allowed tools, and then we're just putting a wildcard operator inside of that, and that basically gives Claude complete control, which is what we want. So we're going to add the README here. Your first task is to do the following: remove any packages from package.json, turbo.json, byte config.ts and bytest.config.ts, and tidy up claude.md basically strip down my custom setup for Claude to specifically work on the task at hand in at readme.md. Yeah. Second task, I want you to specifically start building out the TypeScript, SDK, docs, etc. We want to keep it like a tan stack package, solely focused on audience persona generation, which should be done by either a subscription or an array of distributions. Then then a persona group can generate a structured output from this, which could be a distribution. We should also have a range of distributions, and this should use tool use to select a relevant distribution given the persona group. Keep the API minimal, use JS doc everywhere, make it basically a single mono repo package. Repo package for handling this. I have a presentation in 2 hours, in 4 hours for this package. So please work tirelessly on it. Cool, right. So we've got that going, which is good. So that is gonna just build out this open person package. Now, the next thing that I want to do is, so this is currently just fixing a load of code for the Content Studio that we're building. And that is important because without this code being fixed, we're not going to be able to build directly. So yeah, so we're just getting the Next.js application to be able to build again, and it's fixing a bunch of TypeScript errors in various parts of the integration layer. So that's fine. So we're building that as like a little thing that we can use inside of our app, but other people can use it. And essentially all it's going to allow us to do is just generate personas, store personas in memory for now. Let's not persist them to a file. Also add a .env.example to the repo too. So I think that's fine. That's enough prompting for that to be able to know. And then what have we got here? So this is now working on that. So the next thing that I want to do is I'm going to minimize this in a second. Just get another window out here. The next thing I want to show you guys is there's a load of like sound effects and buttons from all these types of websites. So like if I just show you what I mean. So you've got like all these like top sounds and like the downloads and that kind of stuff. Like you can see like the sound effect, like how often it was used. And you've got Vine Boom sound effect or Rickroll, right? So like all this is great, but it's stuck. It's stuck. Like we need to get this stuff out basically. So you can see this is like the trending. So if we do top 100 all time, we can go to like page 4, and then after page 4 we haven't got any. We do like top 25. What's this? So green screen videos in 4K. So I'm gonna buy this actually and help support this guy. And what does it allow me to do? Kind of don't, just gift a membership maybe. Yeah, I mean it's not great that we can't buy it as a single thing. So that's like one thing we want to scrape is these. We want to scrape those because that'll be useful for having some stuff in the database. Now, there are also other ones that we want to scrape for meme content, okay? So let me show you guys like another one that I thought was really nice is this one here. So they've already made all these green screens. So you got like Justin Bieber standing on business, and you can see it's got the number of views and downloads. And we've got all these other things here, but what we really care about at the moment is all these green screens. And there's like a lot of green screens here, right? Like we're talking a lot. But let's actually have a look at the ones they've got here as well. So if I go to video library, let's have a look. What I like about this one actually is they're all the same size, right? And I think what worries me about these ones are their different sizes, which means we need to normalize the resolution of them, right? If we have a look here, you can see these are different sizes. So we would need to make sure that for these ones, we're gonna have to like normalize the size. Let's also have a look at like, are there any green screen video memes? So there's obviously green screen memes, creator set, what have we got here, Pixabay. So we've got like all this kind of stuff. Got the robot cartoon. So what we're trying to do is just have a look and see specifically what kind of content we want to scrape for green screen memes. So that's currently what I'm up to, because it'd be nice to be able to pre-populate some green screen memes, right? So that is what we're working on. Just looking at green screen memes, looking at various websites. It's quite nice. Down here, look for link into my profile. Where is this? Where is this link? So it's got different distributions. So we'll say, rather than writing the distributions by hand, can we leverage a package, but then have our own classes so that we can expose a nice UI, a nice SDK client. Thoughts on that? So again, we're just looking at green screens, trying to find some green screens and sounds. Green screen memes, download template. Let's have a look. Again, this looks quite nice. It's all the same size. But again, these are watermarks. They've got watermarks on them. Okay, cool. I like this kind of stuff. Maybe we could scrape everything and then build an analysis based on resolution, whether it has watermarking. I think we want to like scrape the number of views and likes, you know. So like some of these I don't rate that much. Like the Spider-Man is kind of funny. Well, obviously this website we need to scroll, it looks like. Cut. I love that, guys. Okay, cool. So I think like that's probably enough scrapers that we want to build. We've only got a couple here. These are random memes. We want most liked, I guess. Is there a way to like download all of them? So you got most liked. What happens when we do this? So if we're just looking at the network request for this, we're sending a PHP request. Sending back HTML. And in the HTML, do we have like any, okay, yeah, so the data post is here. And this might be a better way to do this. So you've got the green screen meme. So I think we'll do that as a way to get this one because it's pagination, but this one here is just going to be pages. I quite like this one. And I also like the sound library that they've got over here. And I think we should sort by most viewed. And if I just move this here, it's a bit crappy. This it's all categories, most viewed. But these are like most viewed memes, right? So we've got some most viewed memes. So what I think we want to do here is we actually do want to scrape. The data set will be looking like this. So we want something that's like an array, and it will be like the file path. And we also want, what else do we want? We want like views as a number. That would be useful if it has it. And some of them have number of likes. So you can see some of them have just got the view count. Sort by most viewed. So we can sort all these memes by most viewed. So these are the most viewed ones. And there's 452 pages of this, which is amazing. So I'm really appreciative of this work. And we also want the number of likes. And that will also be a number. And then what we're going to do is we're just going to, we'll also have the source, right? So where did we collect this meme from? So that would be something like green screens, memes, like this one here, right? So we're going to download the file, we'll have the views, the number of likes, the source, and my suggestion is let's go and support this guy and sign up and get the 4K. So I'm just going to blur my screen quickly because not everyone should see my credit card details. So just let me go and do that quickly and just give this guy some months. So I'll give him £8.50 on PayPal. There you go. And support this guy because they've done some good work. So I think that will be worthwhile doing, right? That's how we go. Let's just pop a card in quickly. We'll just give them a bit of payment for the work they've done because that's it's the right way to do it, isn't it, guys? Okay, cool. So I've just subscribed. So now we've got to figure out how to get these memes. What we got? Popular posts, membership. Here it is, the memes. Is there a way to download this collection? So copy a link to this collection, I guess. Is there a way to copy an entire collection from Patreon? Just be using lang chains, structured output parsing. Like this. Okay. And you keep fixing the code. Then we test the pass. Okay. Right. So next thing that we're going to do is, let's have a look. Okay, so we might have to log into Patreon and get it to just, because we want all of them, right? We paid for all of them. So we're in here. Okay, so let's cook up a Claude code script for that. And we also want to be in the right repo. So the repo that we need to be in is this print working directory. So let me just paste this command over here, then pwd. I want you to create a script that logs me in to this Patreon. Then I want you to download all of the green screen memes from this collection. There are 1, 2, 4, 6 posts. You will need to keep clicking the load more button. And let's also do a cookie stump so we can just give it access to our cookies. Let me just create a quick Claude script. For the persona, I want to use TypeScript generics. We should assume that there will be both name, age, profession, occupation, sex as required fields, but anything else will be a string, key string that extends on the primitive type. Okay. Alright. I'm using for mouse, I'm using a Corsair mouse, which is this one here, the Corsair Scimitar Elite, which is quite nice. And for a keyboard, I'm using Equinix keyboard, which is quite difficult. Oh yes, the 0G80. Yeah, this one here. Yeah. Quick monkey type test. Monkey type test. Oh, what's that? Words per minute, 102. How am I doing, man? Is that good or is that bad? I've got no idea. I guess we can ask Claude. How are these results? Monkey type's cool, I like that. Oh, puts you in the fast category. Huh. Okay, well thanks a lot, Arsh, for sharing that. That's a really cool site, I like that. Can we use SOD4 for this, please? Cool. Alright, back to green screen means, guys. Here you go. Now I'm going to have to hide this because otherwise you guys are going to see my cookies and that wouldn't be fun. So let me just quickly go and hide this. Otherwise I'll be leaking cookies and that's no bueno. Here are the cookies. Alright, I've done the dirty deed. I'm giving it the cookies. The login, load more button is, and then this one here. Copy outro HTML. Can you store the data in this format in JSON, as well as downloading each 4K item? Let's give it the format we're looking for. Whoa, guys. Let's hide those. So this is what we want, and then we want that to be in Claude code. You will need to visit each URL separately, like this. And click the download all button. Please make the can you keep fixing the remaining tests from PNP test? Also, I'm also going to save these changes now. Let's just commit all these changes. How can we speed up our component tests as they are taking about 27 seconds? Okay, so let's get this green screen mix. Can you make make sure to download each file? Into the videos folder at the root directory, and put the script in Vibe marketing scripts. Okay, great, so we've done that now. Can you generate the API docs for this and make it make sure that the client is properly tested? before we do that, let's just see if I am going to generate the API docs for a TypeScript SDK. How would you recommend going about that for an open source repo? Keep it very simple. Maybe GitHub pages or something, I don't know. Or something else. Let's just use Python as that is already installed. Yeah, let's do that. Yeah, let's do that. Can you also make sure that the tests are generated when we do pushes against against any branch, maximum TDD vibes. Okay, so we're downloading against that site. Now let's also get a scraper working on this one. So again, we're going to go into the OctoSpark services. Let's make sure that the videos folder is on our git ignore videos. From scraped content. Right, so I'm currently using a MacBook Pro 2015, and I find that I don't really use many of the buttons, to be honest with you. I find that if you're doing a lot of like automation, the main thing to work on at the moment seems to be just modifying the Claude.md file and making sure your repo is like very AI ready, so lots of separation of code and that kind of stuff. Let's get rid of this integration folder. So yeah, MacBook Pro got good specs. It's a 2015 model, but yeah, my advice would be just work on that. So what's this saying? Can you run it for me? I don't want to run it. I don't want to be sat there running it. Let's get another Claude code up, and this time we're going to scrape sounds. Meme sounds. So again, we're going to go into the OctoSpark services. I'm going to get that, and then after that, then we're going to run the Claude code command. It'll be Claude dangerously set permissions allowed tools, and then we're going to say I need you to build a Playwright Python scraper for scraping music from scraping audio files from a website. These will be used in composite media to build memes and viral content, and we'll give it the exact same file structure. So I don't think you have used cookies, so you need to update the script with the cookies that I shared, then try it again. I can see that we are not logged in. So then this one, store these audio file folder at the root directory. Make the script in Vibe marketing scripts folder at the root. I also want you to run it and don't get me involved. Yeah, that's fine. You will need to paginate by using the buttons at the bottom. There are multiple pages on, and then like give it some button. Give it an example of a second page. It is using, I guess it's using this Dan_page 2, and then you need to click the download button. Remember to get the view count, etc. We need to collect all of these. So we're just getting some scrapers set up as a one-off job, so we have access to that data. So that is currently yeah. Okay. Also, I want you to actually run the script and to not get me involved in it. Okay, so those two things are being built. Let's have a look for meme sounds. TikTok. Let's have a look for some more.
J'espère que vous allez bien, même si vous.
So,
That means fish.
this is good stuff here. Look.
You know what that means? Fish.
Can you revive me now?
Can you revive me now? You know what that means? Fish. You know what that means? Fish.
What about this one? You know what that means?
It's no use.
Получи, слащавый.
Are they all here? Oh my god, that's rather loud, isn't it? So on here you can download the MP3. So we've got sound effects here. What else have we got? Have we got a way to rank these? Sound of meme, Hall of Fame.
Bruh.
Let's go for. I think using Playwright for this crawler is no bueno. Yeah, I mean, all the MP3 links are open. You can use a beautiful script. Yeah, we could do. Yeah, like, I'm very up for that. Instead, let me see. So you're saying the links are open. I'm up for doing things quicker if we think we can do things quicker. Let's have a look. So we're saying like these ones here. So these ones, these MP3 links are open, right? This one here we don't need a scraper for. So yeah, for this one we don't, and then this one's just, I guess it's just a download. So yeah, we could use Beautiful Soup for this one. Okay. So let's get one going for this one as well. But I think you're right. Let's just use just use Beautiful Soup for this one. And it looks like the Patreon still isn't logging in, so I'm gonna have to have a look at that. I can give you the cookies. Hold on a minute. Just pause for now. And then let's get the other one going anyways. Which is this one. How much is the, so it's actually free. So you can use a Claude Pro Max subscription and you can basically just, you can just use that basically. So this is a good example of where Claude actually ended up breaking a load more tests than it fixed though. You can see here, look, you actually ended up breaking. Go back here. So we'll go back to cursor. I think we're good at this point. Let's just have a little look. Yeah. Fix. Yeah, so if you get the Claude Pro Max subscription, you can basically just use an unlimited amount of cookies and stuff, so. Put that one away. So this is the main one that it's using now, so it's just running Playwright over there for that. So again, we're going to go over here. And we're going to just print working directory, print that out, get this here, cd into this. We'll load up another Claude code. Yeah, I do need to look at using Tmux. I think that might be a better way of working with this for sure. Make sure to paginate too, please. You have access to GitHub, by the way, so you can run tests. Okay, so for this one, we're going to say we do need to scroll to get all of them here. I need you to create a headless playwright script in the Vibe marketing scripts that visits here and it scrolls for about 10 minutes. Then it will download each, then it will visit and download each audio file and store all of them in the audio folder at the root level directory. I need you to follow this format for a JSON file so that we can put them together. Please can you collect the data and write the script and run it. So then that one's doing that one, so we've got 3 on the go. I currently do software engineering for a living at the moment, so self-employed. Alright, so I need to go get it that cookies for that Patreon login again because it didn't work out, so. How about you? What do you do for a living? Alright. All tests are passing. Can you update the one? Also, can you generate the API docs, please? Alright, so we need to get it for the meme scripts that we paid for these green screen ones. Ooh, I need to sign in here, guys. Okay, so let me do that. I need to create an NPM account from the looks of things. I want you to download a lot more than 3 pages. Can you specifically download about 100 to 200, let's download 200 pages, please. Okay. What was the website URL that I wanted you to do? You should check out the Claude Pro Max subscription, right? It is a serious piece of kit right now. So they do they've introduced a max plan about 2 months ago, and there's one for $200. Just go for that. 5 to 20x more usage. You will be laughing at how quickly you guys can move. Okay, so this is the one that we want to download. This one here is just the collection URL. And I need to just mute my screen, otherwise you guys are going to get my leak cookies again. So let me just go in here. I think. I'm also going to give it local storage as well. Maybe it needs local storage. Here is how do I extract local storage, all keys, and copy to clipboard. we're currently just scraping a load of stuff, guys. Yeah, I haven't tried the plan mode yet. I do need to try the plan mode. I find that I don't need to do that kind of stuff because I've got that already built into a lot of the kind of outputs I have. Yeah, I think the more you have your repository structured, you'll find that like it's quite hilarious how much you can do. Just trying to get my local storage variables out, guys. Okay, so I've got also here is my local storage. Can you add both of these to the playwright script and try again? Okay, so it's live apparently. We need to sign in for NPM. I don't know if I have an account, so let's just do forget password. Let's get a password reset link for that. Okay, so I don't think I have an NPM account, so let's create an NPM account. So I'm just creating an NPM account, guys, so that we can publish this NPM package. Create an account, so we're creating an account. Still no luck. Stop the script for now. Having a nightmare scraping Patreon. Okay. NPS package. Okay, so I have logged in to NPM with my account, but I can't see the package in NPM. How do I publish it? Has Patreon got an API? let's have a look. So maybe what we could do is, can you create a browser script for me to log in, and then once I close it, you save everything from there. So you've got two scripts that are working now. So we've got this one here which is running, and we've also got this one here which is running. And then now it's just gonna create a script to open the browser, and then we'll just log in. So you need to authenticate. How you can do it, so npm login. Okay, so stop here and tell me what terminal commands I need to run. Open persona. Okay, so I'm going to log in now. Hold on. Wait, you closed it early. Well, these two are running and they're just downloading stuff. Do it. I'm going to delete this repo here. And then right, log in over here. It's ending it too early. Yeah, that is just closing automatically. So we're going to make that repo for the open persona up here. Could we call everything open persona instead? And yeah. Okay, so it's fixing the download. Okay, so these commands are timing out. So we need to set a larger timeout for CLI usage, I guess. Let's have a look. Settings, timeout. Okay. Downloaded. Could you set a larger timeout so that we can collect more data? I'm just going to say, just run the script. Just tell me where the script is. Tell me where the script is, and I will just run it by hand. Do we want a larger timeout, by the way? I think we want those in environment variables. everything is working and I can just run the script. Tell me when everything is working and I can run the script. We're also going to add it to the Just Understanding data repo. For automating, and I will run the script. Let's see, are we actually collecting data? Nice. So the audio one's working. Can you make sure that we save data periodically, as I can't see any videos in the videos folder? Right, okay. Alright, so let's try you git clone this repo into, and we'll just tell it to git clone it. Into this repo, and then move across all of the code into it, and then push it up. Use rsync to move all of this code into the git cloned repo. That's that. Okay, so then we can run these scripts. Okay. Okay, so Okay. Where is the JSON code for this specifically? Okay, I'm just logging in, guys. We're getting this command, can you please fix this? Getting like this browser is not secure kind of thing. So I'm just trying to fix that, so you can see here. Getting like could not sign you in. So we just need to make sure that Playwright's got a bit of anti-bot detection on. Alright guys, so because we're getting these API timeouts, I'm going to go and get lunch. I think that is what we're going to do. Cool, so I'm going to go and have a break because we're just timing out with Claude at the moment. So thanks for tuning in, and yeah, I'll let you know when all the green screen memes are ready to be produced. Cool, peace out guys.